Hi everyone, I am Noelle, the Assistant Director here at the Tewksbury Public Library, and this is TPL Uncovered, a new segment that we're going to be trying out some videos on some different things. Today I am going to talk about some nonfiction book titles that I've read recently. Nonfiction's a great genre. I didn't like nonfiction as a kid growing up, except for books about horses, and so it's new to me to really enjoy nonfiction, and I'm going to tell you about 3 titles I've read recently that I think you'll like too. The first book I'm going to talk about is Undefeated, Jim Thorpe and the Carlisle Indian School Football Team by Steve Sheinkin. This is a fantastic book. Now, if you're a football fan or a sports fan at all, I highly recommend it. I am a football fan myself. We're in the playoff season right now, and I love to watch the game, but I had never spent any time thinking about the origins of football, where this sport started, how it developed into the sport it is today. And this book really gets into that. It's not just about Jim Thorpe, though it is, and he was an amazing all-around athlete who went to the Olympics as well. But it's about the American government and how it shaped football. It's also about how the American government treated Native Americans. It's really an eye-opening book. I learned a lot about Pop Warner, who I had not really thought much about except seeing his name on football programs all over the country. Spoiler alert, he's not the greatest of guys, though he was a good coach. And I really learned a lot from this book. And it's very readable. You will whip through this book. Fantastic read if you are a sports fan out there. Undefeated, Steve Sheinkin. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Disappearing Spoon and Other True Tales of Madness, Love, and the History of the World from the Periodic Table of Elements by Sam Kean. Do I like science so much to read a whole book about periodic table elements? I would have just said no, but this book is actually quite fascinating. It's told anecdotally with lots of stories about how the periodic table of elements was created, how elements were discovered, backstories of the scientists. It's really fascinating. You wouldn't think it was. There's lots of very funny stories in there too. I laughed out loud many times. You learn things like aluminum, which used to be the most precious metal on Earth. If you were served at a court in France and you got the gold plates and not the aluminum plates, well, you weren't as important as those aluminum people. And you'll find out why and how it turned from the most valuable of metals to one that we wrap our leftover food in. So it's a fascinating book. I highly recommend it, especially if you like science, but even if you don't like science, hey, this might be the book that turns it around. So try it out. The last book I'm going to talk about today is The Power of Moments by Chip and Dan Heath. Now, no lie, this book changed my life in the last year. It takes a look at what makes a moment memorable, really breaks it down, the science and psychology behind what makes memorable moments in your life, but it also talks about how you can make memorable moments. And this goes for not just yourself personally. They talk about how you can make more memorable moments with your family, and also talks about how if you're an employer or a boss somewhere, how you can make moments more memorable for your employees. So it really crosses all the genres of your life, and it really made a huge impact on me about why I'm living my life the way I am living it and how I can improve it. What am I waiting for? It's a really an impactful read. I've recommended it wholeheartedly to many people this year, and I'm recommending it now to you. So take a look at it. It also even has a website that goes with it, and much more. You can follow them if you really enjoy this book, which I did. Well, I hope you enjoyed my recommendations of nonfiction. There'll be more episodes like this to come. If you have nonfiction books that you've enjoyed, please feel free to put them in the comments, your own suggestions, or if you have suggestions for this segment of other things that you'd like us to talk about, please just let us know. I'd love to hear from you, and we'd like to make some more episodes like this. All the titles I've mentioned, of course, can be found here at the library, or we can request them for you if they're checked out. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and look for more episodes of TPL Uncovered in the future. Thanks.